So today we are going to look at a question on AMC8, where it is kind of a number question, finding patterns also kind of using logic in some way. And so let's begin. We have this equation, and first we are going to divide it into two separate parts. And of course we are going to divide them again and again. And there are several ways to do it. I'm going to say two ways. So the first way, we start with dividing them into the odd numbers and subtracting the even numbers. And so we find out that if we add this number and this number together, we would get the same sum. And from therefore, we could see 2019 is the 1000, let's write this. It's the 1010th place odd number. So we could say that in this part of the equation there are 1010 numbers, but there are only actually 502. There are actually only 502 groups, no, not 502 groups. 505 groups. 505 groups. There would be the same value, so we could literally just say, for example, 1 plus 2019. Of course, they're not all the same numbers, but they have the same sum, which is 2020. So that's 505 of 2020. And then we look at subtracting the even numbers. So 2018 is the 1009th in the even numbers. So in that case, it means that there are 504 groups, and one even number, and one kind of left out even number. So what is that left out even number? Because there are 504 groups, we know that up to number 504, they're in a group. Number 505 is not in a group, unfortunately. So number 5, the 505th even number, is the one that's being left out. And that is equal to 1010. So in this case, the rest of the 504 groups, 5004 groups, they are also the rest of the 504 groups times 2 plus 2018 -2 minus -2018. And so if we add all of them together, we would get 505 times 2020 plus 504 times -2020 plus 1010. So here there's 504 and here there's 505. But one of these the first part is positive and the second part is negative. So it's literally equal to, I can't write for some reason. Okay, that's literally equal to 2020 Yep. Actually minus 1010 to get 1010 to be the last answer. But we could also do another way, is if we look at the numbers, we would find something amazing, is that we could write them. Let's rewrite them in the two separate. And now here, where we write this would be really important. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah blah blah, 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019. In order to make them into a pair, if we get rid of this one at first, we could put all of them into a pair, where +3 and -2, +3 and -2 would make 1, and it would be perfect in this sense. And the reason we're not getting rid of 2019 and using 1 is because then we would have a bunch of -1s and an outlier at the end. So it's just more easy to calculate this way. So in conclusion, we would put it here. Oh. Dots, 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 and then minus, dot, 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 minus 2016 minus 2018. And you would see that we could cancel each pair. 1, 1, 1, dot, 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 1, and another 1. And we've said before, so we would have 1009 pairs, because we don't have the 1 here, meaning that on the upper row and the lower row we have 1009 numbers. So that's 1009 times 1 plus an extra 1, this 1 over here, and we get 1010. And so you would find out that either way we get 1010. negative 1010. No, yes, 1010. And that is the final answer. And this question is incredibly important in trying, and really, it's also something that, it's also kind of like a really usual, common question in AMC8. So I thought it was worth sharing.